and now I will be presenting our group's contribution. Our group is called Zombie Processor and we had 4 members. I was responsible for the web service. Maisara will handle the DHCP. Nurul Nazira work on SFTP and Nurul Natasha cover the database service.
So, here's how our network architecture works. The server is configured with 2 network adapters, one dedicated for internet access and another for our internal network. Meanwhile, the client machine connects exclusively to this internal network. The main objective of this project is to prepare the network infrastructure for deploying various Linux services. These include DHCP for dynamic IP allocation, SFTP for secure file transfer, web server for hosting services, and database server for data management. Next, I will explain step 1, which is creating the virtual machine. First, we use Oracle VirtualBox to create 2 separate virtual machines. The first virtual machine was configured as the Linux server, while the second virtual machine was configured as the Linux client. Both virtual machines were installed with Debian 11 as the operating system. Using 2 virtual machines allows us to simulate a real client-server environment, where the server provides network services and the client connects to access those services. This setup serves as the foundation for the next step, including configuring the network, installing the web server, and testing the connection between the client and the server.
I will presenting for the step 2 and step 3. We use VirtualBox with 2 VMs running Debian 11, 1 server and 1 client. For the server, we set up 2 adapters. Adapter 1 is NAT, so the server can access the internet. For the adapter 2 is internal network, so the server can talk to the client privately. For the client, we only need 1 adapter, which is internal network. This means the client can only talk to the server. It has no internet access. So overall, the server connects to both the internet and the client, but the client only connect to the server. This setup becomes the best for our other services like DHCP, SFTP, web, and database.
I will present about the configuring IP address. After configuring the network adapter, the next step is to assign IP address to the both Linux server and the Linux client. This allows both virtual machines to communicate through the internal network. First, on the Linux server, we assign the static IP address 192.168.1.244.24 to the EMP0S8 network interface using the IPADR add command. Next, we use the IP link set ENP0S8 up command to activate the network interface. Then we verify the IP address configuration using the IPADR show EMP0S8 command to ensure that the IP address has been assigned successfully. After that, we move to the Linux client. We assign the static IP address 192.168.1.524 to the EMP0S3 network interface. Similar to the server, we activate the interface using the IP link set EMP0S3 up command and verify the configuration with the IPADR show EMP0S3 command. Finally, both devices are configured with IP address within the same subnet, which enable communication between the Linux server and the Linux client through the internal network.
Hi, my name is Nur Zrabin Al-Rahman, matrix number B0325101170. So my part is the step number 5, which is testing a network connectivity between the Linux server and the Linux client, where we wanted to confirm the internal network was set up correctly before configuring any services on top of it. So from the server terminal, I pick the client IP address, which is 192.168.1.5, where all the 4 packets are transmitted and received with 0 packet loss, confirming the server can reach the client over the internet network. And then from the client terminal, I did the same in the reverse, pinging the server IP address, which is 192.168.1.254. And then all the 4 packets came through with the 0 packet loss, confirming 2 communication between both machines. This test is very matters because DHCP, SFTP and the other services all depends on this internal network working correctly first. If the client and the server can't ping each other, none of the services will on top function, no matter correctly how they have configured. Okay, that's all from me.